Batman dinosaur. Okay, today we're going to be talking about poetry rhythm, and we're going to talk specific. We're going to stay on 4 specific different types of rhythm. Okay, iambic, trochaic, anapestic, and dactylic. I think I'm pronouncing them correct. I'm not sure. Okay, if you remember, rhythm is the order of unstressed and stressed syllables. Okay, stressed syllables tend to have higher, stronger pitch that lasts longer than unstressed syllables. Okay, duh is an example of a unstressed syllable. It's quiet, it's not loud. Duh. Dumb is an example of a stressed syllable. So an iambic pattern goes da-dum. It goes an unstressed syllable, then a stressed syllable. A trochaic pattern goes a stressed syllable, then an unstressed syllable. And an anapestic pattern goes 2 unstressed syllables, then a stressed syllable. A dactylic pattern goes 1 stressed syllable, and then 2 unstressed syllables. And let's see some examples. But first, to show, it's kind of hard to hear the sound of stressed and unstressed syllables. So to show that, we're going to use this line to show a stressed syllable. We're going to use this line to show an unstressed syllable. So let's start with that iambic. You look at this line right here. This shows the unstressed, then stressed. See, an unstressed syllable, then a stressed syllable. Unstressed syllable, then a stressed syllable. Unstressed syllable, then a stressed syllable. The dumb, the dumb, the dumb. Okay, that's iambic. An unstressed syllable, then a stressed syllable. An unstressed syllable, then a stressed syllable. Unstressed syllable, then a stressed syllable. Okay, trochaic is a stressed syllable, then an unstressed syllable. So this one goes stressed syllable, then unstressed. See? People. Stressed, then unstressed. This one's stressed, then this one's unstressed. Stressed, unstressed, and this one's stressed. So it goes dum da, dum da, dum da, dum. Dum da, dum da, dum da, dum. Okay. Anapestic, it goes unstressed, unstressed, then stressed. So we got unstressed, unstressed, stressed, unstressed, unstressed, stressed. This was supposed to be stressed. Unstressed, unstressed, stressed. Da da dum. Da da dum. Da da dum. Da da dum. See, it has a pattern. That's rhythm. Da 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 dum. Da da dum. Da da dum. A dactylic goes stressed, and then unstressed, unstressed. Dum da da, dum da da. So we have dum da da, 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 dum da da. This is dactylic because it goes stressed, unstressed, unstressed, stressed, unstressed, unstressed, stressed, unstressed, unstressed. And that's how poetry rhythm goes. These are the different types of poetry rhythm. Try it at home and stay in school.